Hello, I'm Mantastic'c and Fantastic, and today I'm going to be talking about the new evolutions and upgrades that have just gone live in North America. So what I usually do is I look at these ahead of time, and then usually while doing so, I have like pad itself open up so I can actually like go through the buffs as I actually read about them. So I'm just kind of like going to condense it all into one video instead because I'm streaming anyways. And for Silk, I don't know how much she's making her attack value for, unfortunately, but her weapon assist now has a dungeon bonus awakening. And if you're like me, dungeon bonus awakenings may be kind of a rarer aspect at this point in time. So this is nice. Like, I have another option for it, and I like having options. Grandis has received a buff to his stats, but his awakenings have definitely been improved. I need to like make a different window or something, or make this smaller. But his awakenings now are big damage for VDP, along with having a 2-turn active skill. Unless that has that changed? Yes, that changed. 2-turn active skill. I remember long ago you needed 3 Grandises or 3 Grandi. Now you need 2. But the problem is it only makes 6 orbs, not 9. If it made 9, you could have like a very self-sustaining high damage card with just 2 copies. And Rain, the way levitation works is that in super gravity dungeons, you alleviate the effects. So you lower the penalty of super gravity. So you're able to have that particular card deal more damage. Grandis' other forms. Like, this is what I do like on my own as well, like looking through. So, big stats, again, like just lots of skill boosts, I guess, and a team HP. But this active skill, I think, is kind of awkward. It's just not really doing too much. It's just like 4-turn cooldown, not solving any mechanics. Weapon assist has rows and team HPs. That's great. Cool. Blue form Grandis. He tries to be a shield, but it's not long enough of a shield. Like, it's a big shield. It's a weird active type to it. I just haven't really found a use for this card. And yes, it does have team HP, which is kind of important nowadays, but I don't know. Not particularly excited for that part. Weapon assist, that's a great weapon assist for like any water-based team. You get massive bulk and damage output, and you have potentially 2 turns of shields, which is unique. Like, I should make this into his other form. So, I am going to evolve this guy to his weapon assist. Like I said, this is kind of what I do while going through cards, and whenever there's new stuff that comes out. So, might as well make this weapon assist, and then forget it exists. Well, not forget it exists, but just have it so then there will be times, because like it's impossible, I feel, nowadays to actually keep track of all the stuff happening. Fun tip, if you level something, a weapon assist needs 3 of these kings to get to 84%. When you get a great, you get to max level, saves time. And then what I always do is I put Grandis into my inherits folder. I have a folder of just all the inherits I own. So life is much easier that way. Green Grandis, same awkwardness as the blue form. The green weapon assist is cool though, so let's see if I have another Grandis. I do have a Grandis. How many Grandi do I have? I have a bunch of fists. You know what? You are made for leveling up into other stuff. So we're going to make weapon assist, because weapon assists tend to have the longest longevity of a card. Should go for 84. I got to 88. Oh well. But weapon assists like this are just nice bulk and damage for their monocolor teams. So I'm going to make this green. Wait, are the other forms interesting? Nope, you're not Grandis anymore. Alrighty. Don't make your last copy into something you don't need and you want other stuff of. Alrighty, let's level this up. So it looks like just 2 of those to 3 million. Nope, you have a big curve. I don't understand things. Close, but super? No. You'd need to 20 million. So that... Oh, too much. Oh, well. Still more effective than using the stockpile EXP. I need to go farm more Brahma Dragons. I will go farm Gathering of Talents 4 later. And if I don't have enough, that's my to-do list. So yeah. Let's level it up and then put it into the folder. Been doing folders. Alrighty. Do I own Aura? I don't think I do. No. Doesn't look like I own Aura. No, don't own this girl. But I'll still look at what they do. I never regretted not owning them. Basically, you want 5 linked orbs of Fire, Dark, or Heal. It's a scaling leader skill. Crosses and L's make you happy. You got 3 attributes. You transform. So much movement time built into a weapon assist. Maybe there'll become a situation where you need to have 4 seconds of orb movement time. Maybe, maybe not. Other weapon assists. Lots of RCV. The problem is, I feel like Team HP is really what's most important. It is technically a looping active skill if the card you inherit it onto has a low enough cooldown. So that is something of interest. Like, it's a very low looping active skill. If only it was Team HPs instead of RCVs, this would have been a pretty cool weapon. Carrot has new stuff. Basically the same as Silk with dungeon bonus, so in case I didn't have it done. Alrighty, I did have all the awakenings. So again, dungeon bonuses galore. Yuri, I'm just going to scan here to see if it's even interesting enough to touch her. No, not really that interesting. Don't. Super Awakenings are not changing your interest. You don't have that much personal damage. You have 6, 7 combos. 2 to the power of 6 is 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. You're still not that high, girl. That is truly unfortunate. 1 turn cooldown is, I guess, kind of interesting. Maybe some shenanigans you can come up with, but not particularly impressed. Her Glacial Tomahawks, is that more rose than it had before? I don't know. Like, I might as well make this then. Since I don't have it done. Let's evolve it, then make a weapon assist. That's true, it's still 3 full resists, but it's mostly like Cloud and Tape you have here, but you don't get to have... Do you get L Unlock? Oh, you do get L Unlock. Okay, I guess base Yuri could be a very utility thing, but the problem is this active skill doesn't do much to Tiborn. That's partially why I'm not that impressed by it. Because, like, yes, you can unlock orbs, but, like, let's look at something like Polone. Like, she has the L Unlock, she brings Absorption Cancellation. She doesn't bring Resist, but she brings Bulk. Yuri brings Resist, but no Bulk, and an active skill that doesn't really help anything, so to speak. So that's unfortunate there for Yuri. But Weapon Assist is what I'll take. Like, the problem is, Tiborn, like, at this point in time in the game, things are... You have to be extremely good at what you do because you have so little wiggle room for team building. So if you're not outperforming in every way possible, life is hard. I do own Vione. Better stats are always nice on Vione. Weapon Assist. Team RCVs are not Team HP is the problem. So, yeah, the active skill can be useful, but the awakenings are off, so to speak. Cool. That's a lot of movement time. And bulk. See, like I said, you have 2 team HPs. You are basically almost always going to be something that is valuable. I am using this on my Kurotobi team, so I'm probably not going to make this weapon assist. But yeah, double team HP is automatically making you a good card. Like, good card. And that's actually a good active skill. 5 turns of damage absorption. That's actually quite powerful, even though the active didn't get buffed. Because that will give you the ability to potentially ignore multiple repeated floors over and over again. And again, sub-attribute is nice, This is nice. This is a nice weapon assist, I feel, overall. Because at least it's solving a mechanic that's important. I don't own Mayon, so then I'll look at her a bit more. She has great personal damage. That is kind of an understatement. Bigger leader skill multipliers. Oh, good. They tell us 75% here. Oh, maybe it's more effective health than before. Maybe it's 1.1 HP instead. CRSV, I need to take a closer look. I'm going through the new stuff now. Violin, God Killer's cool, but no... T? I don't know. I haven't used the T yet. Also, the T hasn't come up too much for me yet, either. 2 turns haste, 2 turns shield. That's a nice weapon assist in the sense that there's some damage and some bulk just from a pure Awakenings point of view. 2 turns. Yeah, like, again, I feel like I would like to use her as a leader. It looks like a fun leader to play with. Like, it looks like fun to play. I like anything blue, to be fair. And it's different than VDP Blob. Elaine we have here. I do own that card. Do I? I do, and I just haven't really invested in you. So many more TPAs and many more damage. 1 turn of piercing and movement time. It does generate orbs of water and wood. Nugget, I haven't pulled my free stuff yet. I need to also go through and count the stats on it. I think that's what's important. I'm just going through the updates here to kind of give me an idea if anything's particularly zesty. I don't know, there's times where like, there's a farmable thing that Elaine was interesting in. And then Cameo is the exact same as she was. Well, Cameo has now... We're going to level you up and make you into a weapon assist because for some reason you're not. But she gets Oh, you have like no experience curve. Oh. Okay, what? This one has an experience curve. I'm not paying attention to things. I think partially because I have so much resources, sometimes, like, I can get fish. Don't press that. Just do that. I think I'll just press that from now on. Okay. But Dungeon Bonus Awakenings don't have this particular... It's not that common to have, so I own this card. I'm going to make it to a weapon assist before I forget. Okay. Jiraiya actually has some damage in super gravity. Some, not much. Oh, you're like a nightmare of a card to look at, though, aren't you? Because you keep transforming. Oh, fishing fish cakes. Awakenings and stats, leader skill changes. Just basically giving him this better awakenings and better stats and higher... That's decent high HP for flat HP. But... It's just such a weird, cumbersome thing, I feel. I think they were trying to make something and it just didn't work out. They have... many other weapon assists and forms. Did they buff those? Nope. They didn't buff those at all. But problem is low cooldown-ish sub-attribute changer. Okay, either way. Let's look at Zella. Some damage when matching so many different patterns for damage is just wasting awakenings. Technically high effective health. 5 times flat HP. But, oh wait, never mind. That's fishing fish cakes. It's still Jiraiya. It's not Zella. Get out of here. Ugh. Water, wood, light, fire orbs. Locked as they appear. Jiraiya's just such a confusing card. Okay, let me see if any of these weapon assists call my name. Because then if they do, I will make that weapon assist. So, Luminous Frog. A follow-up attack, poison. Not super excited about that. 2 times max HP and pierce through enemies' damage void. Stats and adds bind resistance to attacker types. Cool. Cool. Toad. Sub-attribute changer with a killer and piercing, so at least it's not terrible at the beginning. I think this looks like a good thing so far. So let me just keep the toad open over here. I'll keep the toad open as a... I may want to keep this card. I may want to make this card, I say. Because the thing is, using these things as subs are generally not going to solve your problems if they're not super amazing actives. So yeah, actives are not solving stuff is part of the issue. And you want 2 fire combos for your leader skill, but you only make 3. It's just like you're confusing yourself. Red sub-attribute. That's not bad at all. Lots of OEs. These are all pretty useful then. HP plus 1, change all types of water. Voids damage for 1 turn. This is pretty interesting, actually. Does his blue form keep that active skill? Yeah, that could be kind of interesting for swipe farming. Because you cut your health to get it low for whatever needs you have, and then you just don't die. And I'm a fan of not dying. So that's interesting. Like, it's very interesting, I'd say, as an active skill. How many Jirias do I own? 2. Only 2 things I can make. So, I like the Witch Toad so far. The green one looks kind of interesting. This is the problem, like, they're all kind of situationally interesting. Yellow one, 5 times max HP. That's such an interesting thing. Light Rose, Blob... Like, Light Rose Combo Orb. Like, I feel like if there was a Light Blob team I was playing, this would be so spicy. Active skill, middling about. Maybe it's on, like, a transforming card then. Dark one. You can see that. GP. God Kill. These are all pretty interesting weapon assists for Jiraiya. Like, they all do such interesting stuff. But the thing is, I don't have a need for them right now. But I would just like to have them made. Because if I have it made, I would just know I own it. So it's like, do I just pick some to make right now? And expect myself to want to use it in the future? Which frog do I want? I'm going to look over here. So not this frog. This frog is kind of boring. Because sub-attribute changing stuff are interesting. But I don't have like a mono blue team at all, unfortunately. Or mono green team. Same with like mono red. And just don't skill it up and you're fine. Many of the frogs don't skill. This one just has a unique active for like farming purposes. Which is something I feel like that's going to come up quite often. This is just interesting. Pierce through enemies damage void for 1 turn. Which frog should I make? No, I don't want a 120 that cameo, Tiburn. Let me think. And the dark one. It gives a cross. That's so interesting. I don't know, I'm just thinking of like weapon assists with like unique combinations of awakenings that are just not normally found. Okay, I'm gonna make the blue one first. Double checking, just because it's an interesting active skill. And there's going to be times where I want to have a full board changer and just not dying as well, if that makes a difference. Well, this is kind of what I do in my head when I'm trying to figure out what kind of stuff I want to do with my resources. Dun, 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 dun. So, put your frog into my weapon assist folder. Done. It's just something unique. And then which other frog do I want to make? No, I don't want to make it now because I don't know what I would use it on is the problem. But then I'll forget that there's sub-attribute changing stuff. So maybe, I don't know. Because like these resources are kind of scarce, I just realized. It's not like regular. ones. That green one takes more orbs. Maybe I'll have to farm more of those orbs. But I'll leave it at that. But interesting stuff. If you don't have many like sub-attribute changing type cards, these Jiraiya's weapon assists could be quite zesty to you because they give quite an interesting spread of awakenings as well, and some of them have interesting active skills. For Facet, I think you're just going to be the exact same as all the other ones, so we're going to just quickly check to make sure it's fully awoken, because many times they're not fully awoken upon receiving buffs. Sheen does the same thing. And that's it, so let me just do the Sheen. Now I have many dungeon bonus awakening stuff. So yeah, in terms of the updates and upgrades, yes, I feel like this video is a little more cumbersome, but maybe just let me know if you think like having like complete narrative thought process instead of like a more summarized form is interesting to hear. It's just nice for me to know what feedback is. Like, feedback is useful, let's put it that way. But in terms of like big winners, I would say like obviously the Gemstone princesses getting dungeon bonus awakenings is a big deal. I did like Jiraiya's weapon assists; they are pretty great. Vione has been buffed, and the fact that Kurotobi's valuable, and this I think is just nice weapon assist as like mono water would like. Useful stuff all around, because I feel like a lot of blue teams do play on big boards, so big boards like movement time. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below whether or not this more like narrative stream of thought review for stuff or like is helpful, or do you prefer the more concise version where I just go through this all beforehand and then I seem to know what I'm talking about a bit more. Regardless of all that, hopefully all you lovely ladies and gentlemen out there have a truly fantastic day. I wish you the best luck in your own pet adventures, and happy puzzling.